The report of the three-member committee appointed by the current government to inquire into the Welikada Prison incident of 2012 has concluded that the affair was predetermined and deliberate. According to the findings, the police special task force was ordered to storm the Welikada prison by the then Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
The report also states that the superintendent of the prison was not pre-warned of the operation. The SDF had entered the prison to quell the riot even though the superintendent had informed them his officers were capable of doing the same.
"27 inmates were killed and 20 injured during the Welikada prison incident in November 2012. Several police officers, including a Deputy Inspector General, were also injured in the incident. While the Criminal Investigations Department initiated an investigation into the riot and subsequent storming of the prison, the results of this investigation are unknown as yet. Subsequently, then Minister of Rehabilitation and Prison Reforms, Chandrasiri Gajadhira, appointed a three-member committee to conduct inquiries. The committee comprised of retired High Court Judge Bandula Tapattu, retired DIG Gunasena Thenabandhu, and legal officer at the Ministry of Rehabilitation and Prison Reforms, Lalit Andara Hannadi. While the committee submitted an interim report in February 2013 and a final report in November 2013 to Minister Gajadhira, the fate of these reports is unknown. Following the election of the Good Governance government, then Justice Minister Vijaydas Rajapaksa appointed another committee on the 22nd of January 2015 to probe the incident. The committee's report, a lengthy tome of more than 600 pages, was submitted to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on the 9th of June 2015. The committee was chaired by retired High Court Judge Wimal Nambawasam and also included retired administrative official Attorney-at-Law S.K. Liyanage and retired DIG Asoka Wijayatilaka. Alarmingly, the committee report notes that some of the firearms that were found in the vicinity of the bodies of deceased inmates had been placed there post-mortem. The Committee of Inquiry has found fault with then Commissioner General of Prisons P.W. Kodipili, Jailer Indika Sampath of Prisons Intelligence, then Senior DIG Anura Senanayaka, Brigadier Shanta Disanayaka, and the Superintendent of the magazine prison Emil Ranjan over the incident. It has been more than 2.5 years since the report was submitted. We do not see any motivation to either implement or not implement the recommendations in our report. We received correct and true information and we submitted several recommendations. The gist of what we submitted is that this was a crime. We recommended that it be considered as such and that criminal procedures be followed, including a criminal investigation to enforce the law on the responsible persons. The state is responsible for the safety of inmates in prisons. This was carried out by officials in the former government, so the government has a responsibility to investigate and punish them. Since murder has been committed here, there must be a murderer. It is the government's responsibility to investigate this, find out who the murderer is, and punish them. The first step is to conduct a criminal investigation, identify the suspects, and enforce the law against them through the judiciary. Inmates who had been identified by prison department officials of being involved in the incident filed cases against the prison department and received further punishment for this reason alone. We recommended that those who had received further punishment for involvement in the incident have their punishments lifted. If this duty is not being carried out, then society has a responsibility to pressure the government to carry out this duty. Will the implementation of the recommendations of the Committee of Inquiry on the Welikada Prison riot follow the same course as the long-delayed National Audit Bill? Is the government guilty of suppressing the report of the investigation into the 2012 Welikada Prison riot?